What is your name, please?
My name is Hayes Jenkins.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hayes Jenkins.
What is your name, please?
My name is Hayes Jenkins.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one of them is the real Hayes Jenkins and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. And here, sitting in for vacationing Bud Collier, is our host for tonight, John Cameron Swayze.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a good evening to you. It's very nice to be sitting here in this spot tonight instead of over there and have this chance to remind you that this is a game of deliberate misrepresentation, wherein four presumably intelligent people try to figure out which one of three challengers has sworn to tell the truth. To Tell the Truth is brought to you each week by Geritol, America's #1 tonic, the high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast. And now, let's meet our cross-examiners. What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
Oh, hello there. I'm a beginner. My name is
Robert Q.
Lewis.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
And my name is Hy Gardner.
Nobody warned me about that.
Now, these three gentlemen all claim to be Hayes Jenkins. Of course, only one is the real Hayes Jenkins, and the other two have assumed that identity, and naturally, they don't have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, in front of you, you'll see a copy of an affidavit. Will you listen while I read it? I, Hayes Jenkins, am a student at Harvard Law School and a professional ice skater. I'm the current Olympic figure skating champion, having won the gold medal at Cortina, Italy in 1956. Before I turned professional, I held the World Figure Skating Championship 4 years in a row. That championship is now held by my younger brother, David. Signed, Hayes Jenkins. Well, panel, you're a fine-looking group tonight, too. I'll bet you do well. These three gentlemen all claim to be Hayes Jenkins, the figure skating champion. Only the real Hayes Jenkins is required to answer your questions truthfully. Now, will each of you question until you hear this signal? And at the end of the questioning period, you will be asked to vote for the person who, in your estimation, is the real Hayes Jenkins. So let's start this round with Polly Bergen.
Thank you, John. Number one, what's the difference between beginner ice skates and regular ice skates?
Well, beginner ice skates have 2 blades.
I see. Number two, when did Carl Hink hold the world's figure skating champion title?
I don't know of any Carl Hink.
Number one, could you tell me?
I don't know of any Carl Hank.
Number three?
I haven't heard of him either.
I made it up, probably, that's why. One of you could have tried for it anyway. Number one, I noticed the insignia, the Olympia insignia. How many rings are on that?
5.
5? Do they stand for something particular?
They represent the 5 continents and the colors of the various flags.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Robert Q. Lewis.
All right, number one, you say you're a student at Harvard. How many members of the Supreme Court were formerly associated with Harvard Law School?
I think 3.
How many would you say, number 2?
I believe 2.
2. And number 3?
4.
Well, that's 9. That means they're all Harvard. Let me see. Number 2, is it really possible to get around on wooden skates?
I don't know of anybody who's ever skated on wooden skates.
Number 3?
Neither.
Number 1?
I don't
You mean
think
this
so.
Hans Brinker thing is a big myth? Look, Mark.
Kitty Carlisle, please.
Number 3, in an indoor ice rink, how do they make the ice?
They freeze the water.
Well, number 2, you say you study at Harvard. We had a Dr. Whipple on here last week. Can you tell me what he does at Harvard?
I believe he is connected with astrology.
Number 1, how many pairs of socks do you wear to keep your feet warm?
Just one.
And that keeps your feet warm? Number 3, when you do a turn...
I'm sorry, Kitty. I bet
I'll
that
never
was a
find
good
out what
one,
happens in
too.
his
I
turn.
know it was a good one. Hi, Gardner.
Number 3, who was the president of Italy?
Who is the president of Italy? Tabello.
Number 2, Dick Button's mother was a famous skater also. Do you know what her name was?
No, I don't.
Number 2, what does corpus juris mean?
Corpus juris? That is a book that they use for looking up cases.
Number 1, you probably skated at the arena in Lake Placid. What is the name of it? Do you know number 2?
I believe Olympic Arena.
Number 3.
That's all the time we have, panel. It's time to vote now, you know, so without consultation, make your choices, mark your ballots, voting for number 1, number 2, or number 3. And remember, for every incorrect vote, this team of challengers gets $250. All right.
Oh.
They're all in. Polly, how's your arithmetic?
Oh, well,
I didn't rush you, did I?
Yes.
Oh, that's
To
too
begin
bad.
with.
What is it?
Well, I voted for number 3, though. I thought it was number 3 up there, you see.
Yes.
Because he said his name quickly and all those things that everybody says is what you should say when you're picking the right one, which I never believed. But I thought all the way through the question it was number 2, but then I thought, well, if I thought it was number 3 up there, I just well stick with it because...
Sound logic. Robert Q., how about you?
I still think it's number 2.
I
You're
think
right.
it's number 3, but I have, I'm working on beginner's luck, so I'll pick number 2.
And Kitty Carlisle.
Yeah, I think
Well, I picked number 2 because he knew that Dr. Whipple was connected with astronomy, and that's more than I knew until last week.
Mm-hmm. All right, how about you, Hi?
Well, I didn't pick that reason. I picked number 2. He might have watched this show last week.
Well, I never thought of that.
Well, actually, number 2 had all the right answers as far as I was concerned, and furthermore, I knew he was from Harvard the minute I looked at him because his face was crimson.
Well, the votes are all in. The minds are made up. All we have to do now is solve the mystery and find out which of these three gentlemen is really the skating champion. Will the real Hayes Jenkins please stand? Well, now, number 1, we're interested in you. Will you tell us who you really are?
My name is Jim Duncan, and I teach at the Henry Street Playhouse.
And number 3, how about you?
My name is Bob Butterworth, and I work with Trans World Airlines in the reservation department.
That's right.
Wonderful. Robert Q., you had the right one, didn't you?
Yes.
Fortunately.
That's
Yes.
wonderful. You know, I sat in that same seat last week, and I had a clean sweep. All wrong.
All right.
Yes. Well, there was only one incorrect vote this time.
Don't rub it in.
For a total of $250 for our
I knew it
team
was
of
number 2.
challengers. But you did a fine job. Congratulations, thank you, and good luck. With the game. Let's have our next team of challengers, please.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gladys Haney.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gladys Haney.
What is your name, please?
My name is Gladys Haney.
Well, panel, you have your affidavits. Will you listen again while I read this one? I, Gladys Haney, am a school teacher. Among my pupils when they were younger were Shirley Temporal, Donald O'Connor, Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, Jackie Cooper, and Elizabeth Taylor. For 27 years, I have taught school for most of the major motion picture companies in Hollywood in what each studio refers to as its schoolhouse on the lot. Signed, Gladys Haney. Panel, these ladies all claim to be the studio school teacher, Gladys Haney. Remember, only the real Gladys Haney is required to answer you truthfully, Now, our challengers are all ready. Well, let's start this round with High Gardner.
Well, I'd like to ask for just the call of a hand on this without designating a number. You've taught Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, Jackie Cooper, Shirley Temple. Which one of you taught Jack Benny? All right. Which one of the group of people listed in here, number 2, used the family name of Gum?
Judy Garland.
Number 1, where in Hollywood is a place called Lucy's?
Lucy, I think, is on Melrose Avenue.
Uh-huh. Number 3, which 2 major Hollywood studios are adjacent to each other?
RKO Pathé and Selznick International.
Uh-huh. Number 2...
Sorry,
Thank you.
We've got to get around to Polly. I see she's wild with an answer here.
Number 2, do you know the name of the school teacher who has been on the Columbia lot for many years?
No, I do not.
Number 1, do you know?
That would be Lillian Barclay.
Number 3, could you tell me what is Elizabeth Taylor's brother's name?
I really don't know.
Number 1, could you tell me?
I don't know.
Number 2?
Jack, I believe.
Number 2, it said that you taught Mickey Rooney. Mickey is sort of a flamboyant kind of fella. Did he ever play hooky when he was in school?
Well, you can't. You can't work if you don't go to school.
Oh, really?
No.
You mean if he were on a picture and he missed a day, they'd take him off the picture?
Well, the labor board requires that they work, they go to school or they don't work. A certain number of hours each day.
Oh, I see. How many hours?
Well, 3 hours of school and 4 hours of work. An hour recreation.
Excuse me, what was the last?
1 hour recreation.
1 hour recreation.
8 hours.
Thank you, Polly. And now Robert Q. Lewis.
1 hour of recreation, that's probably what they like best. Number 3, tell me, are you really Gladys Haney?
Yes, sir.
Are you number 1?
Yes, I am.
Number 2, are you really Gladys Haney?
Yes, I am.
When you were teaching, number 1, when you were teaching Jackie Cooper, what picture or pictures was he engaged in making?
I don't recall the name of the picture because frequently we don't know the name. We work on a number.
I see. Number 2, would you have an answer to that?
Jackie Cooper, you say?
Jackie Cooper.
Jackie Cooper.
Oh, did you teach Jackie Coogan as well?
No, Jackie Cooper was working on, the Chink when I first knew him.
Kitty?
Number 1, what studio first struck oil?
I have no idea.
Number 2, do you know what studio first? Do you know number 3?
Sounds like someone in Culver City.
Someone in Culver City. Number 1, what studio? I don't get that. I laugh, but I don't get it. Number 1, what studio first started Shirley Temple's career?
Well, it wasn't Fox, but I don't know the name of the studio.
Number 2, do you know?
Well, she was, it was Fox, but she made one of her first pictures were made at Paramount.
Well, time's up again.
Oh, I'm up a tree.
Time to vote.
I don't know anything.
No consultation, please, and mark your ballots for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Polly, you had a little extra time there. Who'd you vote for?
I voted for number 1.
Number 1.
Because number 1 was the only woman who knew the name of the school teacher at Columbia, Lillian Barclay, who happens to be a very dear friend of mine.
Oh, very sharp. Robert Q.
I didn't know Lillian, so I voted for number 3. I guess that's the only reason. Except that I don't think, I know that Fox started Shirley, and I don't think her first picture was at Paramount. Well, I don't know that.
Kitty.
I voted for number 2. I think it's number 1, because number 1, you were Lucy's wife. But I voted for number 2.
Hi, how about you?
I voted for number 2 because Lucy's is a restaurant, and they serve a lot of good liquor, and I didn't think a school teacher would know about that.
Well, they serve good food, too, don't they?
Yes, I voted for number 2.
All right, number 2. Well, the votes are all in and the minds are made up. So let's see which of these 3 ladies is the real studio school teacher. Will the real Gladys Haney please stand?
That was to make up for last time.
I see. Well, good for you. Now, number 2. won't you tell us about yourself, who you really are?
My name is Virginia Cloud, and I work for the General Office Service Bureau doing research and office work.
Thank you. Number 3, we'd like to know about you.
My name is Adelaide Cannon. I live in Yonkers, and I'm a housewife, have 4 children, and I'm an attorney at law.
Well, hi, yes.
I'd like to ask the school teacher one question that's been puzzling me for years. Approximately how many Warner Brothers are there?
I honestly don't know.
It was a good question, though.
I thought Shirley started at Fox.
Well, panel,
I did too. May we ask? Didn't Shirley Temple start at Fox?
I couldn't tell you honestly whether she did or not. I know that she did a series as a very tiny child, but where it was, I don't know.
Little Miss Martha was at Paramount, I know that.
Paramount? Well, we'll have to continue this afterwards. Right now, panel and team of challengers, I'd like to note that there were 3 wrong answers. That means $750 for the team of challengers from Geritol. Thank you, good night, and good luck. Our third team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is John Fulton Short.
What is your name, please?
My name is John Fulton Short.
What is your name, please?
My name is John Fulton Short.
Well, panel, will you listen again, please, while I read the affidavit? I, John Fulton Short, an American, am a professional bullfighter and illustrator. I have fought bulls and exhibited my paintings in both Mexico and Spain, where I am known as El Yankee. In 1953, I fought my first bull, and to date I have fought and killed 53 bulls. Signed, John Fulton Short. All right, panel, all these three gentlemen all claim to be John Fulton Short, bullfighter. Will each of you question until you hear our customary signal? We'll start this time with Robert Q. Lewis.
Number 1, what is the difference between a toreador and a matador?
Toreador and a matador?
Yes.
A matador kills bulls, and a toreador is something in the upper common, I think.
Uh-huh. Number 2, what is the difference between a matador and a doormat? No. It says on your affidavit, number 2, that you have killed 53 bulls. Are you sorry? Do you have any qualms whatsoever about... You have not. Number 3, do you have any qualms about what you do?
No.
None whatsoever. Number 1, do you have any qualms?
None at all.
None at all.
Time for Kitty
Number
Carlisle.
1, as an American, would I be allowed to fight bulls in Spain?
No, not unless you belong to the Union.
Number 3, what does the Union do for you?
Well, among other things, they give me hospitalization.
Number 1, can you tell me what event connected with bullfighting occurs at Pamplona?
Pamplona?
Yes.
Yes, that's when they run the bulls down the street.
Number 2, can you tell me what Dominguez's first name is?
Luis.
Luis what?
Luis Miguel.
Number 3, who is Arusa?
Arusa is a Mexican matador.
Hi, Gardner.
Incidentally, number 3, have the bulls got a union? I think they need it more than you fellows do. Number 1, what does the name Rex Smith mean to you?
Nothing.
Number 2, mean anything to you? Number 3?
I believe he wrote a book.
Uh-huh. Number 3, who was the author of the best-selling book titled The Brave Bulls?
Tom Lee.
Uh-huh. Would you know number 2?
Tom Lee.
Uh-huh. Number 1, what is the name of the Spanish airline?
Iberia.
Number 3, what disposal is made of the bulls that you killed?
Then the meat is sold.
Good enough. Polly Bergen.
Number 3, I've heard that if you have a very good fight, they give you the ears and the tail and everything. What do you do with them afterwards?
dry them out and hang them on the wall.
Oh, I think that's adorable. Better than pictures. You know. Number one, what is the name of the American female bullfighter?
There are two, Betty Ford and Patricia McCormick.
Number two, who invented the Veronica? Number two. Number one, who invented the Veronica?
Saint Veronica.
Number three, who invented the Veronica?
I don't know.
Polly, you're full of
Is there a
stumpers, aren't you?
Veronica?
Well,
I know, I probably pronounced it wrong. Oh, well.
oh, I wouldn't say that.
No.
It's time to vote at any rate.
All right.
So, will you please mark your ballot panel without consultation, voting for number one, number two, or number three? Are they all in? Polly, how's the arithmetic this time?
I voted for number three.
Number three.
Because I figure only a real matador would pin tails and ears on a wall, or else he's just sick.
Seems logical. Well, Robert, how about you?
I voted for number two because I thought the other two were throwing the bull.
Kitty?
I voted for number three. They were all extraordinarily well informed, but I lean
You're
to
right.
number three.
All right, High.
Well, I started to lean towards number three on the Tom Lee thing, but number two seemed to stick to the same name. It is the proper name. And so I went for number two. It's probably a bum steer, but I...
All right. The votes are in. The minds are made up. All we have to do is find out which of these three gentlemen is the real bullfighter. Will the real John Fulton Short please stand? Well, very well done. Number one. Number one, we'd like to hear about you. Will you tell us who you really are, please?
Yes, my name is Joseph Ansel. I'm a salesman for the Charles Bernard Company. They're country western music radio station representatives.
Mm-hmm. And number two, how about you?
Well, my name is Dick Brown. I'm a student at New York University and also a bartender at Aldo's of Bleecker Street.
I should say if all it takes is to have knowledge and look like bullfighters, both of you could qualify as well, wouldn't you, panel?
Yes, really. Number three was quiet. My daughter says it's always the quiet one.
I suppose that's right. Well, there were two incorrect answers, and that means $500 for our team of challengers from Geritol. Thank you, good night, and good luck, especially to number three. We'll be back next week, of course. And meanwhile, I've had a very good time sitting on this side of the fence for a change. Good night, panel.
Good night,
Good night, John.
Now, this is John Cameron Swayze saying good night from Geritol and reminding you to tell the truth. Good night, folks.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Cogman production, in association with the CBS television network. Miss Bergen's and Miss Carlisle's gowns by Florence Lustig.